Welcome to the fat guy and Ukrainian guy stream.
Look at my wrists.
Look at my wrists. That's the same size. Except mine are fatter. Hey everyone.
Everyone. It seems it's gonna be two streams. I thought it's gonna be one, so we're gonna be reading both chats. Luckily, we're gonna answer all the questions. But Georgie is in Ukraine. Welcome, Georgie. Welcome to Ukraine.
Yes, welcome Ukraine.
Welcome to me.
Yes. We have one microphone. My second microphone broke, so I cannot do interviews anymore.
We have three microphones actually.
Yeah, but those are yours microphones, so they don't count. Hey everyone, this is Georgie with Ukraine Matters. If you're watching me right now, I cannot read you whatsoever because I need to open stuff on my phone. And let's just say it was adventurous to start streaming here in Ukraine. But if you are by any chance in Kiev, you're welcome to drop in. We're just not going to tell you where, because otherwise we're going to get bombed.
There is a problem with that.
With what?
I already told them before, but only to my guys, not to your guys.
Okay. So no one is going to hear Rick, so I'm going to repeat what Rick's going to say. Otherwise, my chat is going to be like...
No, I was doing it before, not today, so don't worry.
Okay.
Today it's not said. So, is that a woman behind you, behind the door? Yeah, a woman is called Michael Jackson. Do you see that one, guys? Yeah, there it is, looking after you. Not
no,
after
that's a woman. Yes, it is a woman. Yes, I saw the woman.
Okay, good to see you all again this morning. Hello everyone. Welcome. Oh my God, I was about to say.
Live stream. I cannot see my live stream.
Close app and open it again. It happens like that on the phone, unfortunately. Now it should be live. So, hey Georgie and Rick and all the rollers. Hello, Pat Challen.
Hey, now we're talking.
Yes, you see?
Yeah, I can see the chat. Hello all. I can
everyone.
see. Oh, shut up. Shut up me on the store. Hey everyone. Okay, now we finally can start the stream. It's a bit hectic, but because this is a live environment, everything is changing. And we are trying to do our best. I am on my outside of my normal area where I'm recording, and then you cannot see my belly. So this time I'm in all of my glorious fatness here to deliver you the best Ukraine coverage you can ever imagine in your fucking life. Anyway, let's begin today by saying huge thanks to both my and Rick's moderating team, because while they are behind the scenes, they're not on camera, they cannot show off their fatness, but they are nonetheless super important to continue sustaining our communities and continue fighting the Russian propagandists that are non-stop spamming dog shit comments under every video. And thanks to the moderating team, under my videos at least, I can guarantee you will have a very nice and pleasant experience without some annoying, pesky, paid trolls. So thank you so much to the moderating team, and I will ask everyone to participate and give a hand to them. So, yes, Rick.
Georgie, questions to you prepared by some rollers, my community members, and hello everyone from Ukraine Matters. Let me find them quickly, but I think the first one and the most obvious one, how it is in Ukraine for you.
I already made a couple of shorts today for Ukraine, and I said I was surprised. When I came into Lviv, it was really nice. It was peaceful. I saw very little differences from the Lviv that I love to visit and love seeing from long time ago. I've been in Lviv many times. And I thought that's because it's Western Ukraine, so once we get to Kiev, people were saying then you're going to get air raid alarms and everything. We've gotten to Kiev, and I was shocked to see that no, actually it's quite okay. That inside of Kiev, the life is going on overall fine. There is a little bit of tension. Obviously, there are things. There's additional army trucks. There's some parts of the city that are just inaccessible. I cannot tell which parts, but they are there. And but overall, generally speaking, the city continue living its life, and they are doing quite well. So Ukraine has been absolutely glorious. It's been only pleasant experience. I don't see shortage. The nights are very bright because there is electricity on the streets, so I don't see that there is any kind of shortages. So there we see highways illuminated. There's LED lights on a lot of buildings. There are some like 24th century gas stations. You have like a company, and they have like this in Ukraine. There's this company, and they made design of their gas station like ultra futuristic with like LED screens like in their gas tanks. It's insane. Like it shows you advertisements and everything, and I think it's gonna recognize your name. And when they introduce AI technology, and it's gonna be like, hello, there's gonna be this I don't know, either sexy man or female, or maybe whatever you prefer, you know. It's like, and there's gonna be appearing to you when you arrive, and it's like, well, do you want me to help you fill up? And then it's gonna be like a extending, reaching into your car. I would not be surprised seeing that in Ukraine. So Ukraine is doing pretty good on a civil front line.
Yeah, that's great. And so we have the question concerning the news in the chat. It is from Brian R. He asks, Rick, what are your thoughts on the capture of Chinese soldiers on Ukrainian ground? I'm not surprised at all. Georgie definitely has a lot more to say about that than I do. I don't know, because why? I don't know, just my thoughts. So, yeah, these guys are not the first and not the only. There are a lot of them. 2 of them were captured. These are the first Chinese citizens that were captured. But I watched a lot of interviews of Dmytro Karpenko and Vladimir Zolkin with the captures. There are representatives of almost every country in the world, and Russia is just fooling them and conscripting them into their army by deceit. Probably that's the word. They are
close
deception.
Enough. Deception, yes.
Yes, so they're deceiving them and telling them that they're going to be working in the rear. Instead, they send them as a cannon fodder to the very front line. And there are people from all over Africa, Middle Asia, and China. Yes, I've seen some. By the way, there are 2 Chinese soldiers who are fighting on the Ukrainian side, and I've seen the interview a few days ago. So that thing is...
Georgie died in Rick's arms tonight.
The music.
I'm glad that my microphone is able to capture the music, so I get demonetized. So I don't need to worry about this stream being monetized, so I can tell any profanities that I want.
Awesome. So I want.
Yeah, I know, guys. It's the internet here, but like, it's not the best. But like, this is me trying to come here with my fancy equipment and stream from a war zone.
Caitlin T asking Georgie's, what kind of coffee do you like? She asked Rick too, but mine is like filter. What about yours?
Cappuccino double shot.
Cappuccino double, okay, got it.
A little bit lagging. Yeah, I know it's lagging. We tried to connect to the local network, but it was unsuccessful. So, sorry.
Georgie's cam is freezing and lagging. Well, if you're... What? Is it like working?
Yeah, guys, if you find my stream lagging a little bit, I should probably post a link to your stream. You can watch Rick's stream, and that one goes pretty much better than this. So if you can share it, I will put it in the description right away. So there's going to be a link to the...
Second.
I'm going to actually put it on the screen so people... Can you create like maybe a...
Send the link.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, okay. So, guys, I wanted to remind you that we're raising funds for the Pusanki campaign, the one with Car for Ukraine, and it's a bit stuck right now. And the QR code is not being put on the screen, for fuck's sake. It doesn't work. I tried my best, but let me just maybe do it like this. Give me a second. Let's see if it will work now. I ask you to donate to that campaign and help us raise funds and get the truck to 402nd Battalion. Mongol is the guy who represents that unit and who asked for help, and those guys don't have any vehicles at all. They must ask the neighboring units to they must ask neighboring units to lend them a vehicle and give them a lift, and yeah, that's unfortunate, very unfortunate. But I cannot put the QR code on the screen. It doesn't work today, guys. This thing is totally broken. I mean, the Streamlabs OBS. Oh, maybe like this. Let's try. It might be working now. Let's see. Well, to be honest, I'm super tired today, on low energy, and I'm not gonna be the best host today.
I'm gonna be the best.
Luckily, I have another host here.
Oh yeah,
today.
your stream can hear me, right? Yeah, because I'm.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to. My PC is just like, I don't know. I think it feels like it's like just choking on itself. So it's 84 people that are on my stream, guys. If you can, the moderator, share a link to the Riks the Ukrainians channel. Please share a link to Riks the Ukrainian. I'm going to try to restart, and maybe we can try to restart the stream, and it's going to be better. But otherwise, just join on the Riks the Ukrainians channel. It seems my technology, unfortunately, gave up today.
For the mobile streams, yeah, iPhone is a good item. It's by the way, if you create the stream on YouTube and you want to do it from your phone, and you create the desktop one, you cannot launch it on the phone. I hate it.
Okay, yeah.
You need to differentiate
YouTube is shit, absolute garbage. This one is not needed anymore.
Oh yeah.
We can just talk. So.
You're restarting them.
Yeah, I dropped my stream. I'm just restarting. So hey, rollers, now I am fully yours. The fat guy. I can be a roller as well. Like, I need to eat a couple more of these amazing chicken. What is it called? The chicken schnitzels. Yes, and then I'm gonna be the roller as well.
Okay, so what?
You know.
You'll be rolling. You can roll without that. You know, we're rolling together to our victory for what, 3 years now.
It's been a good journey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So far, like I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I need to always to tell this, because every time I start telling about how like good things are or how not bad things are, people instantly throws like, yes, but so many people died and so on. Guys, absolute tragedy. Like if I would be president, would not be ever happen. It's like yes.
If I would be president.
Yes, but the point is, like, we are where we are, right? So the war has been put, how to say, like, forced on Ukraine. It's been something outside of Ukrainian power to stop. Ukrainians had basically two options: to surrender or to resist.
Yep.
If they surrender, some people now are going to try to lie to you and say, oh, it maybe be a little bit of a less bloodshed. Well, that's not true. Like, I've been to Bucha today, and I saw all of the history videos, just remembering that how it was back then, how the civilians got executed, how the tortures were there. And I said in my shorts today as well that the same executions and tortures are happening right now in the occupied territories by Russia anyway. The only difference is Bucha we know because Ukraine liberated Bucha. We know about Izum and other parts in the eastern Ukraine because Ukraine has liberated those settlements. The fact that something is just not going to be talked about doesn't mean that it's not happening. So if you say it's like, oh, there might be less bloodshed, potentially yes, but maybe actually no. Because while all of the Ukraine would be occupied, no one says that Ukrainians would not be killed.
Yep.
So that's
exactly
the first part to understand, that this is just enforced on us. And now we're in a situation where, okay, Ukraine said, let's resist. And then there was a couple of options. That Ukraine will try to resist and will get essentially nowhere, like get no allies, because let's be very frank, like while Ukraine had general agreements, the Budapest Memorandum and so on, important things, it's just a piece of paper, most likely toilet paper by the judging like how big of an effect it was. And the fact of the matter is that we were expecting that the world will react, but the world didn't. And there was always the degrees to how didn't could have gone, right?
Yep.
We went, I think the scenario was pretty bad. Like there could have been much better things. Like everyone that is watching my channel know that I thought that at least the air mission of Europeans and Americans should be there day one. Like the clear skies, at least covering the nuclear facilities for sure, like covering the bigger cities against missile strikes, absolutely. But as I said, like the biggest problem in the West right now is the lack of balls. Like no one just has the balls to do it, to actually stand up to Russia. And even the preparations that the European Union is doing now is the preparations for the next war, not for this one. Like they're preparing is like when the Russia comes to us next, like after what's going to happen.
And even when they are talking about the troops that they're gonna send to Ukraine. It's only one condition: when the war freezes. They're ready only then. But that day may never come, and it's going to be too late for Europe to interact.
It's insane, yeah. So that's the scenario that we ended up with. Like it's not maybe the worst scenario,
not the worst,
but the scenario that we ended up with. I think Ukrainians, and the supporters of Ukraine that don't give that. How do you say the double negative? That don't give a fuck.
that care.
That care, yes. Like, and then people that care, I think we achieved a lot. Like both on this channel media, but also in other general. Like I think the way that and what Ukraine is able to secure right now, that Kyiv right now looks relatively peaceful, like is already a major achievement. Now there is a long road ahead to the victory.
I would share my experience.
Sure, go for it.
I had an experience that is totally opposite to the experience of these 3 years. I was there in occupation since 2014.
Yeah.
And fuck, the world totally turned a blind eye on us, and
exactly.
No one cared. No one did anything. They just let Russia occupy the territory and even started negotiating with their puppet governments. It was terrible. We were abandoned. But right now, and that's the first thing. Secondly, Ukraine started, because Ukrainian military was pretty weak back then in 2014, we started negotiating with Russia, and it led to nothing, of course, because negotiating with Russia and writing any peace agreements is nothing. You can be just shoving your ass with those agreements. I want to mention 3 donations.
Sure, go for it.
That came to my PayPal. Brian R. Raffle tickets, half for me and half for rollers. Rollers are always sharing, not always, but often they share half of their tickets with other people, sometimes all of their tickets, and that's pretty cool. Thank you guys, you're super generous. Kathy S., great to see Georgie's, $20 donation. 2 tickets please, one for him, one for me. You have the ticket for the flag that I didn't show yet. Let's show it. So this one is from Vinnytsky Skify from the 59th Brigade.
It's pretty nice,
and
guys.
it's a hand-drawn owl here. Look at this. It's hand-drawn.
Show it there, not to me.
I know, I just need to show it to you too, so you understand. So guys, this flag I received on the handover event when we handed over them the truck, the NAFA truck, and around 20 soldiers signed it. Look, there are signatures like
it's
all over the flag. It's a pretty awesome flag, which you can get the chance to win by buying tickets, and for that you need to send your donations to that PayPal at the top of the screen. But this QR code, which is not fucking displayed here because Streamlabs OBS works like shit on the phone. And guys, we are gonna send all the money from the PayPal that I receive on the PayPal to this fundraiser with Car for Ukraine Pusanki campaign, and we'll get you some patches for that. But you can get some tickets for the flag.
A lot of people complain that like flags that I get on my web store, which I'm trying to fix. Like I'm hoping that this trip is going to help with that. Is that in my store the flags are one-sided. Like so, on the other side, for example, in the store, you would get like just a white flag. This one is two-sided, super nice.
It's a good quality flag.
Yeah, it's a very good.
And it's a good picture here. And one more donation that I did not mention is $100 bucks, for fuck's sake, from Claudia. Hello Rick, hugs and greetings to Georgie. Thank you very much, Claudia, for your donation.
Give it to me. The hugs?
Okay. It's from Rollers and from Claudia. So this flag, what? You want, Claudia, do you want the tickets for this flag, or as the last time, give them all to Rollers? Let me know what you want. Okay, welcome everyone. Don't forget to like the stream. It helps with engagement. I really hope that it helps. It might not be helping. Do you have an experience with likes during the streams?
What?
Likes.
Oh no, just the
help?
subscribes help. The likes, I mean, the engagement is always nice. That's what allows the stream to continue being interesting, you know. But algorithm is pretty brutal. Like it's a very weird system.
Yep. Claudia says tickets for me, Rick, please, because it's awesome.
Yes.
The flag is awesome. And just now, $100 from Amonsky for what you need. I need the car for 402nd Battalion, part of the 66th Brigade. That's what we're raising funds for. And the second truck will be for. Oh my God! Do you remember? You're also the part of that fundraiser, the Pusinki campaign.
Yes.
What's the name of the unit, the drone unit that most of the trucks will go to?
I don't know actually. We did a fundraiser for our own stuff, so sorry.
For just one.
We
vehicle,
had a guy that reached out to us. They just needed a truck really fast, and our community was kind enough to help with that.
Yeah, thank you guys. By the way, Amonsky send in greetings from Slovenia. I actually did not know that you're from Slovenia.
Slovenia is amazing.
Fantastic.
Was Slovenia last year?
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
I was in Slovenia
you
last
were.
year.
Sorry, I heard
it's
it
a
like.
fantastic country, absolutely amazing.
Okay, welcome everyone who's joining. What do we have here? Hey, we have Greg
Chibabchichi
Terry
is the best.
Chat, I guess. Oh yeah, Greg Terry is there. Looking
Hey,
good,
Greg.
Rick and Georgie. Thank you. I am enjoying the stream while working on update. Also today is the anniversary of the horrible strike on Kramatorsk train station.
Yeah, it's a shitty anniversary to have.
Yeah.
It's like, to be honest, like I would really wish that these dates would not exist. Like it's like kind of sad because like the history of Eastern Europe, like being an Eastern European, is like a book where every single chapter starts and then it got worse. that's pretty much where we are still right now. It's literally insane. And the only difference right now is, and that's like for you people watching this that are from maybe other parts of the world, not the Eastern Europe, is that now you're experiencing some kind of perspective on it as well. That it also feels like over the last 3 years, it was kind of like, it was okay-ish, bad-ish, but then it got worse.
Yeah,
So.
and in Ukraine it feels even a bit worse. That's because we're in the epicenter of it. But in my opinion, unfortunately, we're just the first because the world is not reacting fast enough. The world is reacting in the right way. I mean, the free world, the Europe, for example, at the moment.
I mean, right
the
now
right
it's
way, but the pace is too slow.
Yeah.
What about that decision? It appeared in the news yesterday that European Commission denied Estonia and other Baltic states, Latvia, Lithuania, to put the drone surveillance on the border. Did you notice the news?
I haven't seen the news, but I would not be surprised.
They declined. So basically, Europe seems to be concerned about their defense, but security.
The fact that the fact that Europe has declined doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, and so on. We are moving into the direction of multi-speed Europe, like that there is going to be like some kind of a coalition of the willing and so on, and the Baltics very clearly understand that, well, they're next.
Yeah.
So as much as we want to kind of like be friends with Europe and agree doing certain things, we also are first and foremost ready to do what's necessary for us to defend. That's why, for example, the Baltic states and now I believe Poland as well and Finland are either considering already have departed from the convention on prohibition of the landmines against not just the landmine, the troop mines, like the anti-personnel mines.
So that means also the ones that use, for example, submunition ones?
Yeah, submunition as well, like so stuff like that. So because they see and say like, well, being human rights is always fine, but like being not occupied is better.
Yeah.
So and I think that this is the same kind of comment with drones or any other measures that the states will consider with regards to their defense. There's going to be potential opposition because no one is like, oh, you should not be provoking Russia. Well, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of voices in the Baltic states and even actually Nordic Baltic 8 and Poland and so on that will say is like, well, I'm appreciative of your concerns, but it's us on the line here, okay?
Exactly. So, 2 more donations. RP Marcin, $50. 8 for Ukraine, thank you, Marcin, and $20 from Linda H. Hello, 2 tickets, please. Thanks, Linda H. Thank you, guys. Keep sending donations, please. And finally, I managed to put the QR code there. Now it's on the screen. scan that one to donate directly to the Plisanki campaign with Car for Ukraine. We are raising actually for 20 trucks.
20 trucks.
In group. Our part is 2 trucks. Rollers are raising for 2 out of 20, so our 10%. Guys, please help us because that campaign is a bit stuck. Well, it's not stuck, it's moving, but on the pace that is usually like 5 times faster or something. So
maybe.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I have no doubt.
I can imagine that a lot of people right now are feeling unease, you know, with the economic fluctuations.
Oh yeah, man.
The fact that we might be moving towards the how do you say, the financial turmoil out of the blue, and I feel like the natural reaction of people is just to be more safe, to maybe save up some money, maybe spend less and so on. So I would not be surprised that we will see decreased
I am not
activity.
surprised also, but I have no other choice but to keep asking people.
I mean, it's
because
like your
I need to close
right
my I need to close my fundraisers. I need to provide that equipment to soldiers, and that's a big stress sometimes not. But this community, you know, they amaze me every week. When I see the fundraising is going slower than I expected, by the end of the week on Sunday stream, last Sunday we raised $4,000 in a stream. It's crazy. Thank you guys.
That's insane.
And yeah, we're not a big community. We're just a few hundred people.
Yeah. Well, actually, I can open your stream and read the comments as well
yes,
while you're.
That's perfect. While I'm talking,
While
you
you're
could read
talking,
the comments. Welcome. Those who are joining, don't forget to like the stream. Thank you, guys.
Give me a second, guys, and I will open. Like, if you have any questions, just write at Ukraine Matters in the chat.
Georgie,
Oh wait, I need to join because otherwise.
Sir Derek, greetings. Please ask G if he's going to visit Brandon and film his bathroom. Good question.
No, but it's Brandon that films the bathrooms. Like, oh, you mean like tit for tat? I'm afraid like going into Brandon's bathroom, like, because you know what happens in Brandon's bathroom stays in Brandon's bathroom. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like no homo.
No homo yet, but what about the
Yet.
video?
Not yet. No homo yet.
Waiting for
how do I open just the chat?
SS monthly check. What's an SS in this case, Linda?
Okay, now I can say. Now I can read your comments
Awesome.
and so on.
So guys, ask
It's a weird chart.
Yeah, in vertical it looks like that.
Yes.
So you will have to scroll a lot to see what's really happening there.
Now I know why you say it's rollers. More like scrollers.
Scrollers? Nah, man, it's only on vertical.
Brandon doing a great job. Oh, I agree. Like Brandon has been a legend.
Yep, I totally agree. I respect that. Man.
He said that we might interact and intersect here in Kyiv, but I'm not sure yet on that. So I'm not making any promises right this. Yeah, he's in Poland right now. Ellie is saying that's true.
Okay, I'm looking for questions that we had there for you.
Richard Bennett, thank you so much for 5 memberships for the Rig the Ukrainian. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And Ohms, thank you for before that $5 super chat. Thank you. Oh, I think it had coffee emojis there. So
hard to follow in vertical chat. True. Cheryl, those are nice images, but do you have my pulling my hair out image? That's my favorite.
Can you do it right now?
Huh? No, it was so good because like it was a pure image of me, my frustration with regards to dumb questions. Not dumb questions. It was I don't remember. It was like an old video. Like I'm pretty sure people will right now in comments because they actually remember a lot more. It was some video, and I was trying to explain like something that has like been explained already 17 times. It's like trust Putin or some stuff like that. Like people will help me with this.
Question from
now the chat is spamming my face.
From Rollers, I think it's
Stop spamming my face.
From Tuna. Did Georgie have a nice trip? Did you have a nice trip here?
Yeah, we came with a car that we're going to be donated to the guys in the east. It was pretty fun. So we rode with a couple of guys in the car. It was, I mean, you can imagine, 2.5, 3,000 kilometers, couple of sweaty guys in a car full of stuff. It was amazing.
How long did it take?
Well, 2 nights, 3 days.
Oh shit. That's a long trip.
It was a bit of a trip, yeah. We came into Kyiv relatively late, and I was absolutely smashed. But I still was able to make a video for you guys on the Russian economy. Yeah, and actually we can transition. Like let's talk about the Russian economy video. I usually love to do some kind of live streams after I do videos, because then I can at least talk, because people are asking about like what about this, what about that, and this gives an option. So in my video I talk about that the Russian economy is pretty much hitting the wall.
Trump helped that with his tariffs.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's like not just Trump. Like it's annoying because like people's like, oh, Trump is like, especially the Trump is like such a good president. It's like
it's just a side effect.
It's a side effect. It's a side effect. It's like if I fart and it saves like a kid from falling under a tram, that doesn't mean that like I was such a good person. Like it just means that my fart just did something. This is the same way. So for the Russian economy, it has been growing quite intensely because they were investing. The issue was that because they said that this also raised the inflation quite a lot, because they rose it by investing the government money into subsidies and so on. And at some point they started putting the interest rate, because the Russian central bank, and just any central bank, they don't really have any other tools than the interest rate. Interest rate saying that it's going to be more expensive for you to take loans, preventing more money coming into the market in a form of loans, therefore kind of slowing down the economy, like removing the heat of the economy that inflation is rising. The problem was that the inflation that Russia has been sustaining is not in a large sense caused by the traditional market forces. It is caused by, well, war. Because if you don't invest into your war machine, then you don't have a fucking war machine. So Russia is kind of forced to invest into the war machine anyway. Therefore, the inflation, no matter what the central bank does, was still rising up, and was still pretty high. Right now, they're joking around and talking. It's like, oh, our inflation is just 11%. 11% is insane. Like it's insanely high inflation, and they are right now struggling because the interest rate is so high, their whole industries are struggling because they cannot really take loans that they can further repay. Like if you have a loan that is like 25%, that means you need to make a profit of more than 25% to kind of start repaying anything. And therefore they're struggling right now. But because the investments into the war machine needs to continue, they're still dumping in money into the economy. Therefore the inflation rate is high. So it kills any kind of civilian, non-military industry in Russia. And while it is not directly helping right now with the war, the fact that the society, the civil industries and civil society economy, civil economy is dying, is going to have an effect on the war machine. It's just going to kind of take, like, you know, it's a secondary effects. Like
How would it happen? How those secondary effects can affect the war? I'm just curious if you understand how it works, because I am not an expert on economy, never was really interested in economy, and don't understand how it works. So how can it take effect?
To put it in simple terms, for society to let's take simple things. So for society to function, there needs to be someone that's going to produce, let's say, eggs. So for Russia to produce eggs, they need to have an eggs industry. However, eggs industry cannot really continue developing because the economy is, well, shit. Well, now suddenly you don't have an eggs industry and other industries, or the output is much lower. Now you have like a whole population that is depressed, and they either don't have eggs or they cannot afford eggs, and so on. And then they're depressed. And those are the same workers that potentially will be working for the military industry. And then we can go into the industries that are coexistent. Like, for example, the civilian factories that cannot be sustained. Civilian factories, buildings cannot be built because there is no building industry that is depressed. So you cannot build new military factories, and so on and so on. So there's a lot of these weird overlaps with military and civilian. So while the direct investments into civilian are happening, direct investments into the military from the government is happening, it is not fully sustainable because you cannot run your whole fucking country just by producing tanks. That's the Soviet Union model. Except they did not, so something that you don't know. One of the major economic things why the Soviet Union was collapsing is because they were chasing GDP. So what they were doing is they were trying to reach that level. It's like, oh look, our GDP is better or even higher than that of the United States. And what it meant, GDP is a measurement of production, so how much is being produced every year in your economy. So what Russians did is they created a lot of factories and employed a lot of people for these factories to produce equipment to create more factories. So they were creating GDP out of thin air, essentially saying, we're going to produce this thing that's going to produce materials to produce new factories, and completely ignoring like a major developments in the civilian sector. And that's why at some point we got like, oh, the economy got depressed, and then suddenly you have no civilian goods, you have no food, you have like a total depression, and the whole country fucking collapses.
Okay. Well, I really hope that it will affect war capabilities.
Yeah, just don't expect that it's going to like absolutely collapse the industry. There needs to be non-market forces to do so.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, the market forces are going to take a bit too long for Ukraine to go.
The best non-market forces are Ukrainian drones, who will just fly to their fucking oil refineries and keep bombing them.
Yes.
This energetic so-called ceasefire works only in one way. We stopped attacking it. But Russia keeps attacking our energetic infrastructure. That's a problem. Let's show the flag to the people once again to remind what they can buy tickets for. Guys, we're raffling this beautiful hand-drawn owl. This is from Vinnytsky Skify, aeroskiffs. These days they are renamed because, unfortunately, no, okay, I won't go into those details. Might be it's not as really a secret, but something, that I won't like to mention. So, guys, you can send the money to my PayPal, get the tickets for this flag, because we're raising funds for the car for 402nd Battalion and for Seraphims. Now I remember their name. That's the unit from 104th Territorial Defense Brigade, to whom Car for Ukraine wants to provide 10 trucks at least. Maybe 11 or 12. Also to GUR and to our guys from 402nd Battalion. That's the first truck. As soon as we reach 50% on our part of campaign, which is 22,000 euros, once we reach 11,000, they immediately start preparing the truck for them, for the 402nd Battalion. So guys, if we can reach it this week, and I think it's easy because following the link, not the link, but the QR code, there you will get to the campaign page. It's currently on 5,522 euros and 91 cents. So what is left is 6,500 euros. No, actually less, 5,500 euros to get the 50%. Please donate through this QR code or to my PayPal to also get the tickets for this flag. And I got the donation from Bina. It's from her tech guy, as always. For what's needed, hugs Bina, $47.14. Bina, 5 tickets for you for this flag, I guess. Thank you. Okay, that was a quick distraction to remind you about the raffle, guys, because we need to raise as much funds as we can every time, because there are some requests that are standing in line right now. I have around 10 units waiting when I finish with the current fundraisers to get to them.
Sure.
And usually it takes 3 to 4 months to just get to them. Guys, more questions to Georgie, or I don't know, good to see you, Rick. I love Georgie's work. Hello, Chewy. Thank you.
I can tell you, I can give you advice on how to get fit. And then you can do with them whatever you want.
Yeah, ask questions, guys. How is your YouTube channel based in the UK, but you're in Ukraine? It's super simple. You go to settings and you you just say wherever you want to be based.
Yes.
That's how it works.
It's good to be based.
Yeah, it's good to be based. Georgie, I have a question. No, actually, it's from Tuna. Maybe it's from someone else. Sorry, Tuna, if it's not you, but you just gathered the question. How is Georgie's wife and Ukrainian family doing?
Very good. Like, obviously, I don't talk about my wife because my wife doesn't want to be a public person.
Oh, same. My wife too.
so I already put myself, like, you need to understand that we are exposing ourselves to a degree of risk. Like, not a lot. Like, I live in Denmark. It's a safe place and so on. But still, like, if there would be someone willing to end me, and it could be done as well. So I'm exposing to a certain degree of risk, me, myself, and my wife. So my wife is doing fine. the only comment I will make is people have been asking, how did you went to go to Ukraine? Like, have you divorced your wife? Because we did had that conversation with my wife.
I remember. She
yes.
promised to divorce you.
Things changed. So I'm working on a thing that I can kind of start saying like some things about. So at some point ago, I advertised the Technology United for Ukraine group that was helping Ukraine and getting the engineers, and I did a call out for people to reach out, and people did reach out.
Nice.
And we are now working on a couple of really cool projects, really cool projects that are going to benefit Ukraine immensely. And already I can tell you about one of their projects because it's been, I think it was like officially signed already. It's just the later the motions to get all of the meager paperwork in order. Is that there's going to be revamp and potentially even a new electrical station built in the Ukrainian region of Zakarpattia, which is going to be in the southwest.
Yeah, but most
west,
almost west. Yeah.
So basically, the engineers are participating together with the Ukrainian, I believe it's called the Ministry of the Regional Development, to build up essentially a new type of electric station in Ukraine to produce more power to benefit both Ukraine and the European nations. That's the scale of projects we're talking about when we're discussing the Technology United for Ukraine, and people that are responding to the call saying it's like, oh, we are experts in the field, we can continue helping with you. So again, if you're an expert, you can reach out to either my email or Technology United for Ukraine. The guys are participating in massive projects and they're legit, and we're talking about a very high level. We're talking about like working with the Yermak's office, essentially second person from Zelensky.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yermak. I thought you were talking about Yermak, the musician.
No,
who is
actually, I talked with Yermak as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
When did you meet?
I didn't meet with him, but we did a campaign for him, so I have a flag, for example, signed for him.
Oh yes, with Car Free Ukraine.
Yes,
also.
because Yermak is part
Fantastic.
of the drone, the unmanned system forces.
System forces. Yes.
So Yermak is a very popular singer in Ukraine. He used to sing in Russian, now sings in Ukrainian. Well, now he's a part of the forces.
Yeah, that guy is very inspiring and very. I would say he's one of the leaders these days here in Ukraine. Together, yeah, he is the musician, but not only. He's a great soldier, and now he is also a researcher and developer. You know, R&D stuff he's doing with the team of the Unmanned System Forces. I watched an interview yesterday with him on Army TV. I guess it should have the English subs or auto-translated subs at least. You go watch it, guys. Yermak, who is the singer, Ukrainian singer, it's not Yermak, it's Yarmak.
It's
so
like
this is a different.
Y-A-R-M-A-K.
Yep. Okay, two more donations. $5 from Giancarlo. Thank you very much, Giancarlo. And 200 euros from, from Alex in Berlin, Adriano. That's the nickname. I think it's one of your community members. Thank you so much. Adriano. Do you know this guy? Here.
Adriano. Alex in Berlin.
Alex in Berlin.
Alex in Berlin. I don't remember Alex in Berlin if we met.
But I guess
we met some people in Berlin. Alex, I'm not sure if you were one of them. If I cannot remember you by the name, I'm very, very sorry. But if anything, just hit me up with a mail. I remember I met some people also in my recent trip to Germany. Germany generally, like, I was surprised I was recognized quite a couple of times, despite the fact that like both Berlin and Hamburg like are massive cities. But it was pretty wild. Like, you go, always like, this is Georgie. Oh my God!
Yeah,
like,
you see,
I was so humbled. Thank you so much.
You're
for
very known. Thank you.
Germany has been a great supporter, and I'm so appreciative. Despite the fact that I shit on your chancellor for so long.
Alex, please tell me if you want 10 tickets for this flag with your donation. 200 euros. Hey, 10? I said 20. 20 tickets. You can get 20 tickets for this awesome flag of the aeroskiffs. This is hand drawn. This is not printed. One of the soldiers who is a painter, he made this drawing with a marker. It's pretty awesome. His call sign is Shakal, the jackal. There he is.
Do you know this place?
Watching the live stream from Argentina Grill in Kiev. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's like There
Maybe
are many Argentina grills
the person,
in Kyiv.
I'm not gonna name the person just so we're not giving up that. But the person that wrote about the Argentina grill, I just received your email.
Nice.
I see you.
Rick would love the tickets for the flag. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Alex in Berlin. Thank you very much. Guys, please also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribers yet. Well, I'm asking myself. It's okay. I think I can do that. Amonski, thank you for 10 gifted memberships. And thank you very much, Andreas, before that. And Linda H. before that. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it a lot. Would love the tickets for the flag. Amazing. You have the tickets. So yeah, guys, if you did not like the stream yet, please do it, and if you are not subscribed, consider subscribing. So what I do on my channel, do you know about the free Azov streams? I told you probably.
Yeah, you told me.
So I keep doing that every week. Sometimes I don't have the energy or health.
I should have taken my support Azov short.
Yeah,
I love my support Azov shirt. So we're gonna cover the Azov topic because like I know that people like watching, and like most of the people already are fully aware, but like we're gonna cover it once again. So I have this support Azov shirt, and obviously as soon as I wear support Azov shirt, I love my videos with support Azov shirt because that triggers like all of the people. Oh, Ukrainian Nazis!
Yeah, all those trolls, right?
So explaining like to people like if I'm gonna shock your mind today because you have never heard about this, like you're welcome. So why Putin is stating that Azov is Nazis and so on. So Nazis in a Russian perspective and how they're explaining it is basically anyone that is opposing Russia. That's it. Like if you try to follow any kind of narratives, like just Google Russian Nazis, and you will see that the only criteria for calling someone a Nazi is basically that they oppose Russia. That's it. That's the only thing. So with that in mind, let's continue moving forward. So Azov, I don't know, brigade, or they started as a regiment. Azov
Even less than that, they were a battalion.
Yeah, Azov battalion.
Yeah.
So Azov battalion, when they started in, drumroll please, in the eastern part of Ukraine. They started near, drumroll again, the Sea of Azov. It's an eastern part. It's around Mariupol and Donetsk area. So most importantly, absolute majority, like dominant majority, I'm talking 90% plus, Azov are Russian speakers. They speak Russians in their native language and so on. The only difference of people that are in Azov and people that are not in Azov and they're Russian speakers, something like this, is that Azov are openly saying, we are not Russians, we're going to resist you no matter what. So now you can combine 2 and 2 together and understand that's like the only reason why Putin despises Azov so much is because they're basically stating we are what we are. We're Russian speakers, we're Ukrainians, but we are not Russians and we will never be Russians. So all of these narratives about Azov Nazis and so on, and they have this and then they have this logo and so on, it's all absolute garbage. It is so much garbage that even Russian propaganda media stopped really using the narratives about like 2 years ago. Like the narratives about Ukrainian Nazis have almost disappeared, if not fully disappeared, from any kind of Russian media. The only time they're appearing is it's like the only time they're appearing is in some person that forgot to update their topic list or inside of their perception of the reality, and they're still perceiving that this is some kind of a 12 or something.
Following that logic, I am also Azov because I am from Donetsk Oblast, Makiivka. It's actually the neighboring city to Donetsk.
You would be a primary material essentially.
And I'm not Russian, so I am ideal for that. So you can call me Nazi too because Russia is calling anyone who opposes it Nazis, and I am so far from that that you will be surprised.
It's like, and especially like with all of the Nazi rhetoric and so on, it has been diluted. It has like no basis in reality, because there is like discussion about like Elon Musk throwing a Sikh Heil double.
That's a real Nazi these days.
It's like insane. Like so what are we even talking about by this point? So anyone saying like, oh, you have a Nazi T-shirt, oh, support Azov, just makes me chuckle.
Azov are the biggest patriots of Ukraine, and they proved it since 2014.
And that's why Putin hates them. That is why Putin and Russia hates them, because they are essentially everything that they hate, like everything that they despise. That they're free, They're understanding who they are, and they're understanding that they're not Russians and they'll never be Russians. And more importantly, when they were defending Mariupol, they never gave up. They never, until last moment. The only reason that a lot of them ended up in captivity is because they had civilians with them on the Azovstal, and President had finally gave an order to surrender.
Exactly.
They never gave up.
And that was an order, and a lot of them did not want to give in to captivity. It was not acceptable for them, and they obeyed the order of Denis Prokopenko, who obeyed the order of the chief. Oh my God, chief? How do you call the chief? Like the chief in staff? Fuck. Commander-in-Chief. Yes, Commander-in-Chief.
Yes.
That's the order of Commander-in-Chief. That was the order.
I think Commander-in-Chief is the one that is actively like a military, but the Supreme Commander is I think that's the President.
Supreme Commander,
I believe it's the Supreme Commander.
So, did you know that a few of those who were on Azovstal, hidden in Azovstal, did not go out together with everyone, and then somehow they sneaked out to Ukrainian territory. They were given interviews. Some of the Azov fighters and other representatives of other units, they decided to not go to captivity and either meet the death if so they were hiding on Azov, and then just walking by foot to Ukrainian territory through the front line. I want to thank Alex from Berlin for becoming a Bradley here. So Bradley is a $25 subscription on YouTube.
So when did you become
thank you so
Bradley?
much, Alex. Thank you for that. By the way, we have a guy here, Noldor, who is French but lives in Kremenchuk.
Yeah,
it's pretty interesting. Welcome. For how long do you live in Ukraine already, and in Kremenchuk in particular? I'm really curious. Hope I remember correctly. It's Azov in Ukrainian. Yes, exactly. Alpha 30 Bravo. We call
Alpha
it.
30 Bravo. Nice.
Yes. So
nice.
I have this patch, Georgie.
Cool patch. Yeah, let's go patches. Give me my shit.
Let me find it first.
The ritual.
So the pun one, blood type Alpha 30 Bravo, of course. But I needed to show it to you first because I'm giving it to you.
Yeah, but I'm giving it to you as well because we have the ritual. The patch
so guys,
ritual.
This blood type Azov is a pun. Basically, if you modify it in biolabs with if you combine different blood types and you get some blood type that doesn't exist in life, but you get some super biolabs blood type, it creates those bottle mosquitoes. And of course, in Ukrainian, Alpha 30 Bravo reads like Azov. So basically, it's a cool pun that was created by one of the rollers, Lettercat.
Nice.
Thank you, Lettercat. And Georgie, I'm happy that
thank you so much,
to give
Rick.
this one to you.
I'm really happy to be here in Ukraine. It's finally shows my support, to show support to Rick and his community and the rollers. Guys, Rick officially gets the Ukraine Matters patch.
Thank you, Georgie. I don't have this one. Yeah, now I have one.
Now you have one.
I did not have it. It's pretty cool design. Simple.
It's one of the first patches that we ever made. So it's awesome. Like from 3 years ago.
Thank you. Now I also want to shake your hand. Thank you, Georgie.
So there we go.
So we're exchanged patches, but I'm gonna be giving you more, of course, because I have a shitload of them.
I don't have a lot of patches. Sorry.
No problem. I'm giving you more, but I don't expect anything in return because I'm just sharing. Slava Ukraini from Ireland. Heroям Slava. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming, guys. So, what? We raised so far today on my PayPal already pretty decent sum of money. I will quickly calculate, but it's over $500 already.
That's nice. Good. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
Appreciate it. Like seriously, I know now we're asking, and a lot of you haven't so on, and I say it's fine when you have disposable income. Rick says, donate right now. I hope we can find balance somewhere in between. Well, people saying that Jake Bro hasn't been to Ukraine. Maybe he hasn't been to Ukraine, but I would apply the same logic that my wife applied to me, saying is like, why would you go to Ukraine if you're just a YouTuber, and if you're just a YouTuber and you're helping Ukraine, you're already doing enough, right? Jake Bro has gathered more than $3 million in support for Ukraine. Insane amounts, absolutely insane. On our channel, like I think we did like 1.4 million, but that was like
that's a great job,
massive effort. But most importantly, like now in Ukraine, I finished the story. I need to finish. The most important thing, as I said, with the electrical station, and we are actually working on other projects. So there's a lot of projects that we're working with both Ukraine and people that are here to support Ukraine. And we are going to be delivering massive things that's going to help Ukrainians on the front lines and civilian life everywhere. So we're going to help fuck up some more Russians.
Thank you, guys. Your community of Ukraine Matters is really powerful. I look at the results that you're achieving. Man, that's fantastic. Thank you for keep doing that, and thank you guys for keep donating. This is really important, and please keep supporting all Georgie's efforts, because your community is, damn, you're powerful. And let's show the flag once again, and also not sit on it.
I like the flag because it covers up like my fatness.
Let's get it then cover you completely. Okay, so guys, this hand-drawn owl here represents the reconnaissance of 59th Brigade from the Skifs battalion. So they were formed in Vinnytsia, and they call themselves Vinnytsia Scythians, Vinnytsky Skify in Ukrainian. And now their second name is Aeroskify, or they have the Aeroskify unit inside of them, platoon, yes, Aeroskify platoon. And these guys received an info truck from it. Around 20 soldiers signed this one, and really awesome messages together with their signs. So that's a historical item, guys. Don't miss the chance to get it. To buy tickets for the raffle of it, you can donate to the PayPal here, at the top of the screen it is. And I will mention your donation right here and right now, just like I did with 9 donations before. I calculated we raised $650 already during the stream. Good job, guys.
Kaimo was asking, like, how is my wife allowing me to be here? I'll just quickly recap for people that didn't catch. I was not allowed to go because I was just a YouTuber and I was doing my job. But now we've been working very closely with people in Ukraine, and we're doing much more than just YouTubing. For example, right now I was already able to tell you that we're going to be building like a whole new electricity network and potentially electrical plant. Helping build and advise on building the electric. I'm not going to be built like it's so like I don't say here is like the Ukraine Matters community. I mean, would be building. No. I think it's covered. Like, I think it is covered. No. But the point is, like, I'm now in a bigger capacity than just a YouTuber. We're also trying to do more for Ukraine. Besides just our community. I promise to you that, like, whatever you were donating, whatever I was not sending directly to Ukraine, it's going to go towards good cause, and we have been gathering up and we have been moving towards bigger, the gooderest of causes, and it's been really well. So we will be unveiling a lot more of these projects as we get into that stage of for public recognition.
Yeah. That's awesome. I see people like the flag, and some saying that they have another Ukrainian flags, and that's awesome, guys. Love from Slovakia. Awesome. Welcome, Miroslava Harnuskova. That's a very Ukrainian like name.
Strap on the tool belt, Georgie. Yes.
You see, he's covering himself, but not completely.
Yes.
Right now. Okay, what do we have here? I was checking, guys. I was checking the questions in Discord. We have the Discord server. You also have the Discord server, right?
Yeah, I do. It's run by community. I sometimes read it, though. Lately, it's been kind of a bit of insane. Like for me, the last. I thought like that. Once I quit my job, I'm gonna have more time to dedicate, and do more for the community. But kind of as we started working on these projects and so on, it's been like non-stop. Like I now joke around and say, like, I'm the busiest unemployed man there is.
You're employed, man. You're employed on at least your YouTube, and all those other projects. It's an employment. I think.
It's not, but not officially, So,
not officially,
it's like because it's like there is no like title, there is no job attached. What one can associate. So.
By the way, I also on the 1st of April I just realized I should have celebrate 1 year of also officially unemployed, but employed here on YouTube. So as a private entrepreneur, I do this officially registered, and I pay taxes from my YouTube income, guys, and from my base income, Patreon income, Donatello, base and Donatello are the Ukrainian analogs of Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. So guys, we already have our Ukrainian services. We don't need that stuff that can ban you at any point.
True.
Just because you're promoting the resistance to occupiers. It's crazy how they can do it.
This is the best unemployment that I could ever dream for. It's like
same, man. Same.
I'm like, as I said, like I started doing this because I felt that I could have do more for Ukraine, and now I'm doing as much as I can. My wife is a bit worried, obviously. I mean, a little bit worried, but I'm happy because I'm doing the right thing.
Awesome. We have 50 more bucks on the PayPal from Willie Matt Glass. He's from Netherlands. For Ukrainian army, plus raffle and Putin huilo. Thank you. Putin is indeed huilo.
Indeed huilo. Amen.
Willie Matt Glass is always reminding us about the fact that Putin is huilo. And some say also Trump is huilo. What do you think? Is Trump huilo? Huilo?
I mean, like personally, I think yes. Like, so for me, there is like the fact. Because the question is like whether it's implied is he's like a Russian agent.
Yes, it.
No, this is like in our community we try to divide like what is an asset and an agent.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the agent is like actively working towards Russia, and I don't think so. I think he just really likes Putin. Like it's just like how he acts and how he feels.
Affection, right?
Like obviously he has zero empathy to people that are, as he called them, weak, which are basically anyone that is not a billionaire. And that man and that kind of attitude is so far outside of my perspective of humanity and a good human being. So for me, it is like that. But if you are maybe a billionaire that is watching the stream, then maybe you can consider that Trump is nice for you. For the rest of you, well, how's the egg prices?
I wonder what are the chances that some billionaire watches this stream right now. Interesting.
About 1 in 240.
240. You really think? Not 0.5?
No.
0.1?
So if you're a billionaire, or even better, if you are a CIA and you're looking for a payroll of a YouTuber, just, you know, because like I need to pay my bills.
Me too. So yeah, please do, guys. There's always a way to support us.
I wish. Yes. Yeah, Jean. Yeah, I agree.
20 euro donation from Paul Deveritz. Wow, euro is getting expensive. I'd like 2 tickets, please, and money towards cars as usual. Slava Ukraini. Героям слава. Well, do you know why euro is getting expensive? I think because dollar is going down.
Yeah, I think so.
And really, Trump is fucking up the dollar.
Because like, as well as most of the things in life, like expensive is a relative term. Expensive to what?
Yep. Exactly. So, $50 donation from Frank V. Tickets. Thank you, Frank V. So we have raised 770. So
oh, sorry.
far.
I need to tackle this. So MVGH. So says, Ukraine is proceeding to join the European Union. Scrutiny by Ukrainian is ousting corruption from Soviet days. So the first thing I want to tackle here is the notion that Ukraine is supposedly like corrupt beyond belief. Firstly, get the fuck off your high horse. I'm getting the high horse is like people saying is like, oh, you know, it's like Ukraine has so much corruption, therefore they cannot do X, Y, Z because we are so much better, but Ukraine is not because Ukraine is so corrupt or something. It's like it's like if there is an Americans, I don't think I need to make that argument for you anymore. Like, right, your election was just basically bought, and now you're basically having like to fight whether you're an oligarchy or not. So don't talk about corruption in that sense. But if you're European, let's not be like, I'm a European, so I can talk about ourselves. So us as Europeans, we should definitely not try to lecture anyone on corruption, because the amount of fucking corruption that we have in our political system is insane. It's like the fact that, like, why do you think Belgium, for example, I'm sorry for zeroing out Belgium, it's just an example related to Ukraine, is like, why do you think Belgium is not releasing the Russian-held frozen assets? Because the answer to that is very simple, because it's a dictator's assets that they have been putting in Belgium and investing in Belgium, And Belgium thinks and recognizes that if we submit to the requirements to release of these assets to well, the moral side, then suddenly other dictators will not put their dirty money that they earned on dominating their civil populations into our banks. That is the only argument that stands between that, doing a moral thing, the right thing, and doing the wrong thing. And if you don't think that that is corruption, well, then what are we talking then about? It's like, because the whole point of corruption is that people are doing moral things that is good benefits for the society. That is it's like, corruption is where people says like, I don't give a shit about society, I care about myself and the individual.
Yep, exactly.
That's the only difference. So if you say that's like, oh, Ukraine so fucking corrupt, therefore Ukraine cannot join the EU, absolute garbage argument that has no basis in reality, and especially from Europeans, that has like insane levels of corruption on the top level, insane levels all throughout the country. Like, there is not a single country where any person can look into my eyes and say, it's like, I think in our government and our politics everyone is honest. Even I living in Denmark, I know it's absolute dog shit.
Yep. Sir Garrick says, as a German, I'd prefer not talking about corruption.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like we're like, oh yeah, Ukraine's so corrupt, but I'm not gonna talk about that.
If you don't talk about that, it doesn't exist, right?
Yes. So, and the last point about corruption, right? So, corruption is counterintuitive. It's counterintuitive in that sense that if you hear about corruption, especially in a context of like, corruption is being fought. Like there has been like people that has been prosecuted. Like for example, in Ukraine, there has been news about like some politicians being charged or trying to escape from Ukraine. Yeah. Some policemen being fired. Some people being captured. That creates perception that there is like, oh, there is corruption in Ukraine, therefore it's bad. But in reality, is the only reason you hear about corruption is because it is being fought.
Exactly.
It's counterintuitive. If corruption is not being fought or talked about, then there's like, oh, there is no corruption there. It's like, that's not what it is.
Man, we just got the bomb. $1,000 from Mr. Kaplan. Oh my God, thank you so much, Mr. Kaplan. Money for cars. Slava Ukraini. Heroям slava, my friend. Thank you. Wow.
We found a billionaire.
Ooh.
We found a billionaire.
No, unfortunately...
You see, 1 in 200 for it.
He said that he works 24/7. He's from Finland.
Yeah,
and
I'm joking around then. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Kaplan. You're a legend. Wow. So that brings us to 1,770 during just this stream. Thank you, guys. It's a crazy result. And Mr. Kaplan, I wanted to ask you about the tickets. 10 for you, 90 for rollers. As always, he doesn't want to take the tickets. He doesn't want this beautiful flag. Oh my God.
Take the tickets. Get the flag. It's like,
thank you. Thank you guys for all your donations.
Is it corruption if you ask a flag? No, it's not. Because you're doing it for a good cause.
Yeah, we're donating all the money. I'm not taking.
Yeah, we're donating this flag, right? So
I'm taking money only from the subscriptions to YouTube, like the membership and gifted memberships. All of that is basically part of my salary.
Ooh, maybe Prometheus saying maybe Georgie will sign his patch. Would be an interesting lot.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't have any more patches except the ones for Rick, but I would be happy to try to give this one.
Yeah, we can do it. That's a good idea.
Let's sign off this patch, and then you're gonna have 2 lots.
We can actually auction it if you want.
Yeah, it's fine. Absolutely.
Man, I dropped
everything
your
for
patch,
Ukraine.
and here it is. I found it. Oh,
everything for Ukraine, guys. Like.
I'm gonna give you the marker.
Yes.
I always have. Look at this. You see? Always prepared.
Oh wow. Rick has like a whole battery of different pens and markers. It's like he's like.
Yeah, let me show it closer. There it is. So yeah.
So should I write it in a yellow part?
Yeah, probably. Thank you so much, Mark Sangerman, for 10 gifted memberships, and thank you, Flash, for becoming a stinger. Thank you, Expat from Florida, for becoming a stinger here on YouTube.
I tried to write letters, but it's just. I should just sign it.
Maybe on the blue somewhere where, maybe even.
Well, now it's like three dots. Like, okay, I'm gonna put 5 dots, so it's. I'm just gonna sign it. Fuck it.
Yeah, just sign it all over the place. That's it. And what was supposed to be here?
It's supposed to be Ukraine, but Now it's
Okay.
just a lot of
Show it.
black dots.
Closer. So here was
So the
supposed to be
marker just flowed
Ukraine
out.
matters, right?
Now you get. I know there's like some people that are collecting this, like and so on. So.
But here is Georgie's signature, guys. Here, over the wing of that. What do you think is the starting price should be for this one?
I don't know.
Since we're auctioning.
We can start with like 30.
$30, guys. Let's go.
Let's start.
The rules are next. You need to say exactly like this: I bid, and the sum of money. Because if you just put any number, it doesn't count. There should be I bid before the words. I identify it like that.
Okay.
My algorithm inside my head identifies it like that. Rick, I bid 30. Claudia says. Awesome, guys. Let's go. And who wants this patch with Georgie's signature?
You should sign it
Claudia?
as well. You should sign it as well. So it's
I
both.
should sign it as well. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
No problem.
It's a very special from our meeting. Oh, you know how we can fix it? Can we put the date in? No.
Yeah, we can. Here.
Yeah, just put the date in.
What's the date?
It's the 8th of April, 8/4/25.
08 or just 8?
No, just
What do
8.
you
Just
think?
write 8/4/25.
8/4/25.
Perfect. Yes, and then just on the other wing you can sign it off. So now that we have a super unique patch. Check this out with everything. Oh my god! I need to be on light. Yeah, there we go.
Nice. Covered by the chat a bit, so I'll lift it up.
Oh, it was chat. Sorry.
Yeah, this vertical format it's confusing. Yes, I understand, but here it is, guys. Pretty awesome patch there for you. So, do we have more bids? Who is Jamie Snow says $1 billion. Good job, good job.
Thank you.
So, the current bid is $30 from Claudia K. Anyone else wants to bid? I wonder.
Mopsy is gone is saying Ukraine had a similar problem with Yanukovych, if I am not mistaken. Bad leaders does not mean bad people. I think like in a sense, yes, it's not completely the same, but yes, like there is some truth to that. The only difference is that Yanukovych was a project of the Kremlin, right? Like the whole idea was invented by the Kremlin, that dividing Ukrainians into like three types of people, that are the Western Ukrainians, the Central Ukrainians, and the Eastern Ukrainians, and that supposedly there were like some kind of animosity between the Eastern Ukrainians and the Western Ukrainians, and that Eastern Ukrainians, then they elect Yanukovych. That is that. But it was a whole Kremlin project. So Trump is not really. I mean, unless you believe the theory that he's Putin's project, which I don't really believe. But I think the difference is that Trump is not really being controlled. He's just stupid.
Prometheus UA says, Rick, I meant the Ukraine Matters patch, but it's cool as it is. I know that you meant that one. And Georgie replied to you right away. He said, no, I want this patch, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, so I need to give you another one because we're auctioning this one out.
Sure.
By the way,
sorry. Kass just hits it on the head, like on whole tirade with corruption. He says, like, in EU, and this is like, in EU, if we're talking about corruption, why is Hungary in EU and we're talking about whether Ukraine can join?
Yeah, that's just bullshit propaganda. It doesn't. It's not at all the matter of discussion.
Thank you, Kass, but just absolutely hammering it down.
So, guys, I see only one bid for the patch with Georgie's signature and mine also from Claudia. No one wants it? Really? Interesting.
Yeah, we'll see.
Except for Claudia. Claudia wants it.
It's fine. If it's just one person, that's good enough for me.
For me too. He's stupid enough to be controlled because Orban is smart, takes billions from EU and helps his own people. That's why, says Sevianyak.
Oh yes, sure. Yeah, super helpful, absolutely helpful. Totally. It's like it's the same argument. It's like, Trump is going to make us so much better. Like, Hungary economy has been known to be stagnating and really stagnating. Well, I mean, like, unless you're like part of the people that are being supported by the government machine, and then it says like, well, I am having a good life. It doesn't matter what everyone else is having. It's like,
raffle? I don't know what he means, but was an Arab name. No, that is North Atlantic Fellows Organization. That's
North
what-
Atlantic Fellow. So if you don't know what NAFO is, it's North Atlantic Fellow Organization.
Yeah, and blood type Azov is a pun. It's basically if you mix different letters and digits from blood types, you get some modified mosquito. And in Ukrainian, it is read like Azov. In English, it's Alpha 30 Bravo. So yeah, nice play of words. So
H.
guys,
Cedric is saying, what are your thoughts on both the far left and the far right in the USA now against supporting Ukraine? It's becoming a messy political horseshoe problem, Slavo-Ukraine. Well, firstly, it shouldn't be a political problem in the first place. So the fact that MAGA made a political issue out of it and so on, that is understandable. The far left and the far right, well, that falls very easily into the Russian propaganda narrative. The far left, I mean, for the far left, there was like America bad narrative that they used a lot. So because Biden supported Ukraine, therefore, so it's like the logic for the far left, like I've tried to understand it as well. So the logic for the far left is like this. So America bad, they start with this premise. The far left starts, America bad, therefore everyone that opposes America equals good. Putin opposes America equals good. Biden supports Ukraine, therefore Ukraine supports US, therefore Ukraine bad, Russia good, Ukraine bad, fuck Ukraine. That is the far left narrative. And well, the far right narrative, I don't even fucking know anymore. It's like, because I mean, if economic theory right now for Trump is just hiring a guy that made up an imaginary economist to make up imaginary theory, I mean, if we are just talking something that cannot be grounded in reality, what I can even tell you about it?
yeah, that's. I cannot tell you about.
It's like they came to similar,
anything about
like
it either.
similar positions by different paths. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
It's like, and they both are.
I am a lefty and only supporting Ukraine, says Rev P. Well, you. Probably...
There's a lot of different lefties. Like I've seen like in US, like the lefties that we're talking is like what is called like
Hassan
national communists that are having like the Soviet Union, American, and Cuban flags. Putting the Soviet anthems and going and marching around like while swearing to the flag and the Communist Manifesto. That's the type of lefties we're talking about.
Do you know Hassanabi?
Yeah, like him.
Like him, yeah. So that dude, someone said in the chat that he is to blame.
Yeah, as well.
He is as well because his influence is immense. It's huge, and he unfortunately played a big role in spreading Russian propaganda all over United States.
That's why I'm not left. That's why I'm not right. I like good policy. Like you can call it centrist, though. Like again, I'm a European centrist. So if you're an American, I'm like a fucking communist to you. Like, so.
Yep, tankies. Exactly. Flash 73. Tankies. Trump follows Putin's directives. Well, huh?
It's a question. I don't think so. Like as I say, like I think Trump really likes Putin. Like I think Trump wants to imitate Putin. He wants to have like good relationships, but like he's doing it like.
So
like,
he just does
he's
everything.
Like, he's like a toddler, you know. It's like
Yeah,
Trump really
exactly.
reminds me of a toddler. Like someone has like half a brain cell, and he tries to pretend that he's operating on some kind of a. I don't know, like a higher level of understanding. It's like let's put it this way, you know, like what parallels it draws me? It's like when a stupid person tries to write a book about a smart person. That is how what Trump is doing looks to me.
Existing, thank you for 10. Romanian, do you know what currency is that?
I believe it's
Slovakia
Leo.
from Romania.
I think Romania was Leo.
Why is N there? Then? Interesting.
I don't know.
Existing, please tell us what's the name of Romanian currency. That's what you can tell us. Thank you.
Mopsy gone. Like airborne Iskander at the playground. Like, does it matter if it was airborne Iskander or it's like this, that's the stupid. Like people is like, oh, I'm not sure about like Russia strucks playground, kills children, and people are fucking discussing whether it is an airburst or was it cluster munition. Who gives a shit? Where's your fucking priorities?
No, you mean, I think they say that because Russians, to actually fight Russian propaganda, because they said that they targeted the cafe nearby with all those mercenaries and NATO generals.
Like,
you know,
okay, so you lost me at the premise number one. You said listening to Russian propaganda.
Exactly.
It's like you lost me. Like at that moment, like you already lost me.
Yes, man, but the problem is fucking half of the world are listening to Russian propaganda. That's the problem.
I mean, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like that's the unfortunate part.
I think Trump Golf Playground should
The name
be
of
made
Romanian
into
currency,
a
you can
sunflower
call it
field.
Leo, like Georgie's pronounced it, or Ron.
Who said that?
Caitlin.
Leo? You said Liu probably, right? Or
Leo. I said Leo.
Leo, like Georgie's pronounced it, or Ron,
I prefer to use my own intelligence to choose where I support Ukraine and Canada, along with who is responsible, honest, trustworthy. That's a great position to have. Like, I think, like, I wish people like really would be like using more intelligence. The problem is like that phrase has also been polluted. Like, you know, use your intelligence or do your own research and so on. And then people do stupid shit. Like for example, I did my research. Well, what that was research? Well, I went down to the Facebook group that was called XX. The government is trying to kill us. XX. No lie 360. And then they like read that the guy named Boomer McBoomerface wrote that vaccines bad, chemtrails also Ukraine bad, and then it's like, well, I did my research.
Man, that's a JD Vance style. I watch stories. Come to Ukraine. I watch stories.
JD Vance is a lot more sneaky. Like JD Vance is a snake. Like I don't for a second believe that JD Vance doesn't know. If Trump, I'm almost completely certain that he is just a moron. JD Vance, I don't believe so.
Yeah.
Like I feel that JD Vance knows exactly. You know why I feel it? Because when he talks, he always tries to massage certain things depending on the response he gets and so on. He definitely is aiming for certain audiences. People say that he's aiming to kind of take over MAGA once Trump is gone and so on. He's eyeballing. And I feel that he understands it very, very well, that what he is and who his target audience is. I feel that he has... I don't think he's stupid.
I don't say he's stupid, but he said that. He said, I watched stories. And people, of course, thought about the stories on Instagram.
I think that's exactly what he meant.
But that's
just the argument, because it appeals to his base, because that's how his base doing research. Because his base instantly relates to us, like, oh yeah, I also seen stories, right? So, instant connection.
So he massages that. That's
exactly.
What you mean.
He understands who he's messaging. He was not saying it to Zelensky. Zelensky was not the receptive and even a recipient of that statement, because even after like he saw that the situation in the room escalated, if you remember that meeting, because he pitched it, then the situation started escalating. Trump started arguing, and at some moment, JD Vance, I feel that he thought that the situation is kind of getting a little bit out of control and this potentially can go back, and he started saying is like, well, we have our disagreements and so on, and Zelensky should say thank you and so on, but we should go like right now and sign this deal and so on. So he tried to not de-escalate, but kind of like, you know, it's like, okay, we did our part and so on, like, but it's kind of getting like past the message that I wanted to deliver. So I think he is a sneaky motherfucker.
I totally agree with you. He's a sneaky motherfucker. $5 Canadian from Julia Fira with Live Long and Prosper sign. Thank you, Julia. Okay, Rick, Georgie, what do you think Reagan would say about the Republicans and Russia today?
Nothing, he's dead.
Exactly. What would he say if he was alive? Probably that's the question. You don't want to say anything, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know too either. Okay, I will remind quickly to people that we're auctioning Dispatch right now, blood type A30B, which reads like Azov in Ukrainian. It has the signature of Georgie, and I also put mine there, and it has the date, and Linda placed the bid, and it's $30, so the current bid is $30 from... Oh, I said Linda, sorry, Claudia. Claudia placed the bid. Claudia, if anyone else wants to outbid Claudia, you put I bid and the sum of money in the chat if you want that one. Thank you. I want that patch, but I've been on sick leave. What does that mean?
Sparts is MAGA. MAGA is completely subservient to their glorious leader. It's a dictatorial cult. So whatever the glorious
says, right?
leader says, whatever the glorious leader feels, the MAGA feels. So right now he says like Trump and MAGA is like essentially pushing for Ukraine to surrender the territory. That's all that matters for her.
Yep.
Like it doesn't matter if she's Ukrainian, Arabic, or Turkish, or fucking Martian. Like if the glorious leader, like Kim Jong-Trump, says that right now we need to hate on Ukraine and push for Ukraine to surrender its territory, then it's time to push for Ukraine to surrender the territory. That's it.
We have the new bid. First, it was $40 from Dark Ablation. Then Claudia outbid him, placing $50 for that one. Thank you. Claudia has the current bid of $50. I have words about sports, but I don't feel like being banned from YouTube today, says Ali. Yeah, no, why not? Sports is just like any of them MAGA crowd, right?
Yeah. In speech to million protesting Saturday, Al Green said in the next 30 days he will present articles on impeachment to oust Trump. Vance will be easy to get rid of. It's a populist stunt. There is not going to be any impeachment. I mean, it's a nice, like soothing. It's
copium?
Like it's a copium. Yeah, it's a nice copium to. I mean, like it's good that they're doing something. It's better than fucking doing Chuck Schumer and just saying it's like, well, we may be gonna work something out with them. So props to Al Green for that. But also, can you please Google it up, because I cannot do it right now. Did Al Green support or didn't support the aid to Ukraine? That's an important thing for me to know.
Yeah, that's a great question. I would also like to know that. Okay, guys, if you're joining the stream but you forgot to like, please like it. And bid for the patch, $50 current bid from Claudia. Thank you.
Sparts believes in money above else. She's truly an American. True.
Well, the best. Mitch.
Yeah, I mean, like, what kind of impeachment that we're talking about is Donald Trump has been impeached twice, right? Already by this point, like it's always been like this. So right now, yeah, he was also charged. He's a felon. Nothing matters.
Nothing matters
like,
anymore.
Nothing matters anymore.
He's a dictator now, guys. You just
not yet. Like
yet,
he's dictator wannabe. Like
dictator wannabe.
I said, like
what does it take to make him?
So dictators happens in the steps, right?
Yeah.
The erosion of democracies. We already seen plenty of democracies eroded. We've seen Belarus. We've seen Hungary. We've seen some Turkey as well, and so on, and Azerbaijan. A little bit to the less things that were happening in Armenia, and so on and so on and so on. So there's plenty, and dictators are pretty much very similar in their rule book. And the rules, the democracies always collapse step by step. And Trump is a little bit more incompetent. That's why, for example, he right now is railing people up against himself, because what he should have been doing right now is deliver on the popular narrative of him. Like, for example, sending out all of the migrants that he promised. That is a popular narrative, and he shouldn't have been touching the economy whatsoever. He should have been being popularized with his base, and while on the same time working on the next step, which is to erode the election process so he can stay in power the next time. Then after the next election, when he stays in power, then he go into the next step of consolidation, even more power, and then deliver on dictatorial vision. Because dictators, for them to consolidate power, they need this period of eroding the major democratic norms. Trump has been pretty successful so far. He was able to be successful with the Supreme Court. He was been able to be successful with the Congress, because the Congress right now is just purely silent on Trump.
Yep.
So there is a lot of things that he succeeded, but there is a lot of the other parts within the democracy, with the mechanism and processes that are still working as intended, and they are fighting fighting dictatorship just because they are there. So for now, for Trump, the most important thing is to consolidate his base, to make sure that his base supports him, and then he needs to slice off the opposition. So then he needs to select which part of the opposition he's going to be attacking. So the most direct option for him would be the immigrants. Then, for example, once his next term starts, let's say all of the who will be hating on? Let's say all of the Canadians in America should be next, and so on and so on and so on. He should be dividing and slicing up his opposition step by step to start eroding every time he stops. But he needs to do these fundamental things specifically on the election right now. And the fact that he's riling people up against himself already past his honeymoon phase is really showing just how fucking dumb he is.
Yeah, Georgie's rants are amazing. I agree with you guys. Ugh, my back is hurting. Let's show it once again, guys. I know that we raised a lot of money already, but you can get this flag with about 20 signatures of soldiers from 59th Brigade from the Aeroskiffs unit, and this owl is hand-drawn. Pretty cool stuff. So send money to that PayPal
Hey,
at
Cedric,
the top of the screen. Thank you. Thank you, H. Cedric, for that super sticker. That owl graphics is amazing. Yes, it is hand-drawn with marker, with a marker. I guess that's...
Yeah. Cheryl is saying, and Cheryl, you caught up like 100%. Dictators don't need to control everything. They need to control key people. The whole point of dictatorship is consolidation, is having like your, how do you say, team. So dictators, they have their tight team, like one guy that controls the Congress, one guy that will control the courts, one guy that will control the army, one guy that is absolutely loyal. And the most important thing is loyalty above all. That is the point of being a dictator. And Trump has been doing that so far. Like there has not been a single, I know, like competent person, but there has been a plenty of loyal ones.
Yeah, that's how dictatorship works. I think there's also a lot of competent people in Russia, right? In charge.
I mean,
Interesting question or not?
so
Well, Nabiulina is definitely very
yes,
competent.
because the important thing is like this is part of the dictatorship rulebook. A good dictator should not fuck with economy. A dictator should fuck with the political state and the civil life. He should just like take money off the top, skim the money. He should find his milking cow and milk that cow in economy. But the rest of the economy needs to be managed autonomously. That is part of the dictatorship rule. Every time a smooth-brained dictator tries to fuck around in economy, it all fucking collapses. Look up, who was it? I think it was. Either Italy or actually. I can't remember the case, sorry. Like, but one of the smaller European dictators, like either in Yugoslavia or somewhere around that area, like Eastern or Southeastern Europe. There was a lot of things. I think it was Ceausescu, when he tried to fuck around with the economy and tried to work with the economy. I think that was one of the big reasons why Ceausescu was actually ousted, because he fucked up the whole system.
We have two donations. First one, $100 from Gordon V. Tickets for flag. Thanks, Rick. Say hi to Georgie from Latvia. Kekava.
Yes.
Kekava.
Can you
Awesome.
pronounce? Actually, this is a Russian test for Latvian. You know, like in Ukrainian is something I cannot pronounce. Is Polyanitsa.
You can, actually. You did.
So Russians cannot pronounce that word. So the same thing is in Latvian. So in Latvian we have a letter that is called a soft K. It is pronounced as T. Yeah, so it's more read as T, like soft T.
And what about Kekava? Where is T there?
It's in the first letter. It's called Tekava.
Tekava.
So you can pronounce, but every single Russian one, he would say it's Kekava. So it's a kind of like a thing. So whenever it's like you say, it's like, how would you say, like how would you read this word? And then it's like in Latvian, because like, and then if you say it's Kekava, it's like, you know, it's like, you're full of shit.
Thank you, Gordon, for that donation. And Tuna Otterson, ticket for H. Cedric, €10 donation. Thank you, said H. Cedric. There's a ticket for you from Tuna Otterson. She's from Norway. She's awesome. Thank you.
Erdogan started fucking with economy. That's a good point. That's people say is like Erdogan, he could have been in power. Like he's been uniting people under his Islamic party and so on. Everything was going great for him. Then he decided, I'm gonna go and start fucking with the economy. Why would you do that? Just like stay in power. Like.
Georgie, I have a question from me. Is it noticeable that I'm really tired today and I cannot keep a proper conversation or something?
I don't
Is
know.
it noticeable? Because
I think I mean like
I feel exhausted.
you are a little bit exhausted. Yeah, probably.
I just am falling through sometimes,
Yes.
guys. I apologize for that. That shit happens to me more often lately, since it's been going for the 3 years now.
Yes.
And I keep working and working, and I now.
You tried fentanyl?
No, man, I don't do that shit. Have you tried that?
Huh?
Have you tried?
No, it was before my time. When I was young, we didn't have that shit.
But
very
you live
popular.
now. It's a very divisive question.
And now I'm barely drinking,
Answer,
and you're
sorry.
asking me to go here. It's like, oh, it's time to get some fentanyl. You know, it's like no.
One more,
I can
more
barely
donation, $100 from Danielle for that beautiful flag. Hello, Rick and Georgie from snowy Montreal.
Hey,
Thank you.
Canada.
Awesome.
Appreciate
So, yeah, guys, I apologize for not being the most engaging host today, but I do talk a lot about fundraising. That's good for Ukrainian army, so I am succeeding in that. Thank you for helping me with that, Georgie, and thank you for all your donations today, guys. Current bid for this patch, signed by both of us, Georgie and me, is $50 from Claudia. We're keeping it for the next, let's say, 30 more minutes, and then it will be
Sure.
done. If you want to outbid Claudia, say I bid in the chat and place more than $50 there. Thank you. Yes, the Ceausescu plan was unique, makes a good study, and so he was a mix of severe corruption and good morals. You know they exist.
You know they exist. Yeah, the Ceausescu plan was unique, makes a good study, and so he was a mix of severe corruption and good morals. No, Ceausescu, I don't think he had good morals.
Yeah.
Like no. So I'm not saying good morals. I'm saying dictators usually have a base. So there is a base, the specific base that they appeal to, and the point is not to upset that base. The point is to make that base dominant power. So that base continue loving you, to continue appealing to that base. And if you start fucking with the economy, you're gonna start fucking with your base. Don't do that. It's like dictator advice stream now.
31% tariffs on we Swiss. I'm fine with that. Go ahead, it said.
Yes.
It's a good
I'm
word.
still waiting for penguins to strike back the tariffs at Trump.
Actually, I've seen it on Instagram yesterday. Some penguin king on one of the
Oh, yes.
islands already did. So
That was
it
so good.
started.
That was so good. That was so good. Yes.
So, guys, thank you for coming here today. We have a good conversation. We have a good place to do it in. A bit of fatigue on my side, but Georgie is very energized. Georgie, so it's not your first time in Ukraine, but first time in Kyiv, as I understand.
No.
No, not
of
the first
course
time.
not.
When was
That's
the
first
last
time during the war.
You're-
Before the
before.
full-scale invasion.
The full-scale
I came here. I think it was before Corona time, at least in Kyiv. We came to Lviv after, but before Corona time, I came here, visited my wife's parents, my family. We went to see them, met the parents. They were at first a little bit suspicious of me, but then they were warmed up over the evening and said like, okay, he's okay. It's like the funny thing is like how they really try to pronounce my name, because my name is Georgis, like so it has the IJS at the end, which is really difficult for a lot of people to pronounce.
Georgis?
Yes.
So you're not Georgi, you Georgis.
Yes, S is very important.
It's a Latvian.
It's a Latvian name, yes.
Specific version of Georgie, right?
Yeah.
Or Georgi in Ukrainian.
It's actually
for example.
like there's a deep story, because it should have been Georgs, but it got, because I was born in Soviet Union, it got Russified to sound more Russian. So because like in Soviet Union, if you sound more Russian, then it's like it's better benefits for you like in life. That's what my parents wanted for me. But that's how I ended up in a weird Russified name. And the point is like a lot of times people drop the S, but the S is actually the most important thing for Latvian, because without the ending we cannot like conjugate words. We cannot understand what space and time positioning you are referring to someone. So we cannot understand like relationships. To put it simply, for example, if something is on top or inside of something, it's all part of this changing a letter in the ending. So like for something, if so, like someone can say like there is something inside of me, they just need to change the ending from S to an A, and then you can say there is like something inside of me.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, and I wanted to ask you, what do you like more, Kyiv or Lviv? Which city?
Lviv.
Architecture?
No, I'm a foodie. I travel on my belly, as you can see.
Man, there are some awesome food places here too.
So I appreciate Kyiv, don't get me wrong, but like Lviv is like a gem. It's a absolutely unique city. You will never be. It's a relatively compact city. Like it's not. I mean, like at least the center part and so on. And on the central street, I don't know why, but there's like a huge obsession specifically with food places in Lviv.
Oh yeah.
And you can basically start and say like, okay, this week I'm gonna choose this street in Lviv, and you will go and there will be like food places on every single building. And those food places are not like just like mixture, it's like they're completely different. There's going to be different architecture inside, the design, like super thought through design, some quirky things, like different aspects of how they're serving things, how they're doing. There's going to be some rituals that you participate in, some specials things and so on. Absolutely unique. Every single place, every single one. And it's every single one of them is a jam. And you can basically come for a week to Lviv, select a street, and you will not even go half the street because you're gonna run out of days. It's like we, with my wife, when we go to Lviv and we do select the street, we say no more than just one dish per place, because otherwise we will just be rolling like rollers. and it is so freaking good. So, and for me as a foodie, Lviv is just like a absolutely glorious adventure every single time.
Now, Prometheus UA says, Rick, you should visit Klopotenko's restaurant. Have you been to any
Some
of
them,
Klopotenko's
yes.
places?
I've been to some of the Klopotenkos. I still need to
what
go
about
to
here
the
in
one.
Kyiv?
Yeah, I still need to go to that place with the borscht, but
1000 days
Yes.
ago forward.
something like this. Yeah.
1000 років тому вперед.
Yes, that one. Yes.
Якось так.
Though I've heard that borscht is like very weird, but
By the way, guys, before the stream, we were speaking Ukrainian to each other with Georgie. He was practicing, and it's pretty cool.
to
By the
hear.
way, there's a question to me from the Mr. Gasoline. Rick, what is your favorite Ukrainian city? My favorite Ukrainian city is Kyiv, but my favorite Ukrainian town is Berdyansk. I spent so many years there when I was a teenager, first a kid, a teenager, then in my 20s. I went there with my wife to have a wedding there on the beach. From occupation, I traveled there, and I traveled to Ukraine to have a wedding in Ukraine. I am not Russian, and I never wanted to be Russian, guys. That Russian propaganda shit about the people in Russian occupation is total shit. You should not listen to that. My favorite city is Berdyansk, and I'm really waiting for the deoccupation of it. I invite you to visit.
I've never
to
been to
Berdyansk
like
when
I haven't made it to Mariupol. So I was in a country when there was this strike against Mariupol. There was like this big story past 2014 around that time. There was this Russian MLRS strike against some of the buses like Marshutka.
Yes, but also the whole block. In Myrny.
There was that, and I tried to go to Mariupol, but then they put like the control point and said like, who the fuck are you, what are you doing, what's your purpose, and then they turned me around back to Kyiv. I was specifically around that time in Ukraine.
So you tried to get to Mariupol back then, and they turned you around on the block
because there was a shooting and so on, so I didn't make it back then.
Interesting.
But my favorite city has a very special place in my heart is obviously Kharkiv. I've been to that city many times, and I love that city. It's so nice.
Okay,
So nice.
I've been there only once on the train station. I was passing by.
Well, that train station is super nice in Kharkiv. Not the train station itself, but the area around it is really, really
The
nice.
air
They have
around
like
it, maybe.
these multicolored fountains and so on. I really like Kharkiv. It's a beautiful city. I did the unspeakable horror that was horrified all of my friends in Kharkiv. I walked at night alone through the parks of Kharkiv.
Oh wow!
It's like
You did not encounter any gopniks?
Nope. It was
lucky man.
amazing winter night walks. I walked for like good 5 hours during the night, and it was an amazing experience. The night Kharkiv is just absolutely purely beautiful. I loved it so much.
I pray my fellow Filipinos serving in defense of Ukraine, Godspeed, and may they be successful. Thank you, A. Cedric. Also, it's cool to have people from Philippines here, or Filipino, as you say. What I need to ask you, Georgie, if you will have the chance to come to Free Azov this Sunday, will you? What do you think? Or you're not going to be in Kyiv?
I will be in Kyiv on Sunday, but I think I don't have the time anymore. I believe like my whole this is kind of like one of the last free-ish days that I have, and it's like it's completely booked all the way through.
Would you like to visit if you had the chance?
If I had the chance, absolutely.
Yeah, because
I will be on the NAFO 69 Sniffing Brigade handover
Awesome.
on Friday.
Yeah,
So I
we should not share the dates, they say, but it's okay. We just did. That's
Okay, well, sorry, I never heard that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll be there as always, handing over 4 trucks this time from our
Yeah, but I
community.
didn't say
That's
where
awesome.
or when. So,
Yeah, of course. What
so I
time?
just said it's like just on Friday.
Sure. So, yeah, guys, Claudia is reminding with Ukraine Matters and the hearts that she has the highest bid on this patch.
Yes,
50 bucks.
you do.
Guys, if you want to outbid Claudia and get the patch signed by Georgie and me, and the date is here also, it's 8th of April, 4/25 there, so you can get it. And here at the bottom it should be Ukraine Matters, but it is just 5 dots, as Georgie said, 5 big dots.
Yeah. Man, Martin UK is hitting it on the head. He says Georgie and Johnny FD needs to do a food stream. Martin, like I shit you not, like I watched Johnny FD before everything started. Like I like that Mongolian bastard. So he's so cool. Like I wish like I get to meet him while I'm here in Kyiv, but I don't know anyone that has been hanging out with Johnny. So I would love to meet them. Like for me, it's
might be on the handover event.
Oh, that would be nice.
He's visiting them.
If I meet, let's put it this way: if I meet Johnny at a handover event, I will do everything that I can to get us together in one room with some food.
Awesome. 30 bucks from Otto. Nice flag. Thanks you very
Otto
much, Otto. And what do we have here? More questions, guys? Okay, I just arrived. Hello, Mr. COT Commander. Oh my God, guys. Do you hear what is playing?
Can you hear it though?
just a second.
Are you done? Rick rolling. Yes.
Yeah, we're Rick rolling, guys. You've been Rick rolled just now by Rick Ashley himself.
Lol,
Hurt you. Rick's music.
Okay.
Rick roll. So yeah, we will finish maximum in 30 minutes because this place is closing at 9.
Yes.
And we will roll on until that. So everyone has their marching orders. What's that?
Everyone has their marching orders. I don't know, Mark, what you mean. Thanks.
Me too.
Like,
So Georgie, another patch. Of course, I
patch.
gotta give you this one.
actually, I'm not sure if I have this one. I think I do. I'm not sure.
Where from?
I participate maybe in some campaign. Someplace.
Were you donating to?
I've been donating to a lot of places. I have a wall.
the NAFO
I have like I have a wall with like with a Ukrainian map as a Velcro, and I put stickers on that Ukrainian map. I'm not sure if I have pictures of it.
So yeah, guys, I gave him this one, regular Ukrainian. But if you were donated to my first ever campaign, there was this patch there, regular Ukrainian.
Maybe,
patch
yeah.
was in the very first NAFO truck campaign. So, wow, that's cool, man. Thank you. I didn't know.
No, I don't think I have the picture of that. I have a picture of Zelensky though.
Picture of Zelensky?
Yeah.
You mean like a portrait?
Yes.
Hanging on your wall?
No.
Standing on your table?
No. No. He's
At the frame?
Yeah. No.
My president.
Yeah.
By the way, who do you consider your president? The president or a prime minister of Denmark or of Latvia?
What do you mean, Mette Frederiksen?
Yeah, I mean like you live in Denmark,
yes.
but you're from Latvia.
Yes.
Who do you consider your president?
Mette Frederiksen. Yes, sorry.
Frederiksen, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I haven't been in Latvia and closely following Latvia for the last 12 years.
Oh,
so
yeah.
while I'm nominally Latvian, and I do care what happens with Latvia, I obviously care much more about Denmark. The only difference is I'm sorry that I don't speak such a good Danish. It's still my big pain that I hope to overcome someday.
Guys, you have the last 25 minutes or 27 to ask Georgie's questions. Of course, you can ask questions, both of us, but just this opportunity. By the way, Georgie, a question.
Sure.
Is it your first stream like that? Like in
live?
person? Yeah. Not online.
No,
but
we had a
offline.
talk with Artur Rehi. I visited him in
nice.
Estonia. So
It's
we
not
talked
your
with
first
Artur Rehi on his podcast stream. That was nice. It was a nice talk. He has a very nice team. Artur Rehi is a true professional, not like me, that cannot even set up the stream right. That doesn't break.
That's actually your first try to set up a stream outside of your apartment.
True.
So that totally
Artur
doesn't
Rehi,
count.
I also obviously talked with Brandon. Brandon visited me at home. My wife knows him, so he's a friend of the family. I've hanged out with Starsky a couple of times already. I think that's about it. I would wish to hang out more with more people, but unfortunately, I try to I don't know what to say. I want to say I'm busy, but everyone is busy, so there's no excuse. There's no excuse.
Well, yeah, it's just about the priorities, I would say, if we'd be completely honest,
Yes.
right? Denmark is a fantastic supporter of Ukraine. Oh yeah, I am so grateful to Denmark.
Big dick energy.
Yeah, indeed.
Or-
I think the biggest one in Europe these days. Definitely, man.
Depends how you count, but yeah. Definitely.
A leadership in investing into Ukrainian military production.
Well,
First,
that's a good model. Yeah, that's definitely. I think if we're talking bang for buck, the investing into Ukrainian production, that was a spearhead.
Yep.
So Denmark is trying to do a lot, and I'm really happy that I'm living in such an amazing country. Which is kind of funny because I ended up in Denmark by accident, so it's a whole another story.
I wanted to also mention the foggy brain. I hate it.
Mention the foggy brain.
Foggy the brain.
Okay,
yeah,
foggy the brain.
Foggy the brain.
Sounds like a mafia boss.
No, I just wanted to mention something, and then I completely forgot what I wanted to say. It's because of the foggy brain, and then I was like, "Fuck, foggy brain," and I mentioned it instead of the thing I wanted to mention. No, I just wanted to say that Denmark is definitely a leader now. Unlike France, for example, Macron is a leader of talking in support of Ukraine, and Denmark is a leader of acting in support of Ukraine, because Macron is acting, but comparing to Denmark's scale, I think Macron is acting less. He's talking more than he acts. You may disagree with me.
I mean, there is truth to, it's a general truth. First and foremost, Europe needs to do more general. So that's kind of the starting point. Mm-hmm. The fact that France donated relatively low amounts of help, that is true. France could have done more based on how much, they could have, if not match Germany, then at least be very close to Germany. Because Germany, for example, while they were having a lot of political issues and so on, they donated a truckload. Germany has been doing quite a lot.
Yeah.
But
maybe not Taurus, but so much.
Macron definitely has been a political leader, and now he's going to be supposedly representing Europe in a potential peace negotiations, which is absolutely dog shit. Guys, let's be very, very clear. I want because usually I talk to my community, now I talk to the rollers community, and I want rollers community to be absolutely clear on that. There's not going to be any peace negotiations. Putin had every single offer possible to him, and he rejected everything. Donald Trump tried offering literally everything that he could offer to Putin, and Putin still sent him to pack his things, to say it in a nice way. So Putin doesn't want peace. So the only two ways that this ends is still the same for Ukraine. It's either Ukraine gets subjugated by Russia, either politically or militarily, or Ukraine resists and wins. That's the only way it goes. So all of these talks about potential ceasefire, what's going to happen after the ceasefire, the the security guarantees after the peace proposal, all of that is for the birds.
So I totally agree with you. I think negotiation with Russia is possible, but it's going to be fiction negotiations, just like there were during the Minsk. They may even agree, but you see what he's doing now. He's just placing demands before they start any.
No, but he's rejected they're completely. It's not even about demands anymore. They just said we're not accepting this unless you do this.
Yeah, the problem is Trump doesn't want to hear that, and he just keep spreading some bullshit about Russia. Putin really wants to negotiate. Putin really wants peace.
Like the only thing that this will cause means that the Trump is just irrelevant. Right now, I believe the unspoken date that everyone is discussing was voiced by Alex Stubb, which is the Finnish Prime Minister, which is the 20th. Alexander Stubb. Sorry.
That's okay. It's the short name.
Yes. I just wanted to be respectful. So the 20th of April. That is the date that's supposedly being discussed. I don't think that anything is going to happen after 20th of April. Like, I don't believe that suddenly Trump is going to change his mind and suddenly Russia is going to see a lot of the sanctions or whatever. But at least in Europe, that's kind of like, that is what drives a lot of the narratives for Ukraine and so on. It's like that potentially we need to hold on until 20th of April, and then we're going to reassess the new situation.
I completely agree. Pronounced Stub.
Stub, thank you.
Alex Stub.
Yeah, it's Finnish, yeah.
Yep.
So it's same as Latvian.
To fold this flag, let's show it one last time, guys. Thank you for buying tickets for it today. You can buy it again. Beautiful hand-drawn owl there from Iris Kivs from 59th Brigade. Okay, I'm taking it.
Yes.
Thank you. Folding it, guys, because we're heading down to the end of the stream. And I must say, going once to Claudia for $50. You have the last 2 minutes to outbid Claudia, or dispatch goes to her. Let me set the timer. We both signed this awesome blood type A30B patch, which is pronounced in Ukrainian like Azov. So that's a cool pun created by one of our rollers, Lettercat. Shit. I hate my brain sometimes. I'm starting the timer, and after 1 minute I'll say going twice, and then after 1 more minute I'll go and say salt.
It's your way of running these things. I'm
So
just a
guys,
guest here.
If you want to outbid Claudia, say I bid and place any sum bigger than $50. Alex in Berlin sending hearts there.
Important comment is from Nine Moon Planet, guys. He says, I can't believe how many national leaders refused to hear what Ukraine needs until the people started shouting. And that is absolutely true. And I want to make sure that everyone that is watching this understands that and taps themselves on the shoulder. There's very few people that truly support Ukraine to do something about it, like to do any kind of action, to go outside and so on. We are very few. And most importantly, there is not anyone that's going to come in our place. There's not going to be like 10 people waiting for it. Majority of people in the world, they're just kind of waltzing along without realizing just how big of a disaster for Ukraine losing to Russia would be. So I want you to tap yourself on the shoulder, because it is thanks to you that the leaders heard what is happening with Ukraine, that they started acting. That is why I'm stating like now, completely circling back to the start of the stream when we started talking about where's the situation, what we ended up with, and I said that we are not in a worse scenario. The fact that we're not in a worse scenario is a huge thanks because of you, the people that care, the people that continued bugging their own politicians, doing something, being active. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. We're sending love from Ukraine every time. Yeah, I have the opportunity, I say that too, so thank you. Thank you for all the support. I want to thank moderators for doing an amazing job for here, bonk controls right away, because I've seen some Russian rags there tonight,
Yes.
3 colored rags, and I've seen some Russian language there saying some bullshit. We have I bid 75, Kimberly H, Shy One Tribe, right? You need to say I bid 75. So, okay, going once to Kimberly H for $75. That's good. Claudia, your move now. For the flag. No, flag is not on the auction. It's on the raffle. You need to send money to my PayPal, which is on top, and buy tickets for it. 1 ticket is $10. You can buy as many of them as you want. Thank you. And yes, I bid. No, it's for the patch signed by Georgie. It's a cool blood type Azov one. Yes, I bid. By the way, Georgie, one more for you, right? Blood type Azov. Here it is. By the way, one more I want to give you is what I always say: live long, prosper, and donate. So guys, yeah, these patches were on the Nafer Truck campaign on the latest one.
Thank you so
Georgie,
much.
I am happy to give you this one. So blood type Azov for Georgie, not signed. His personal one to put on the board. Maybe you have it on the board. Do you have it on the board?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, awesome. 2 patches for you.
It's only this one that I have.
So do you need an extra one?
What? No, it's fine. This is fine.
Okay, good. Rick, I bid 80, Claudia says. Awesome. So I like patch 2. So Kimberly, 75 was outbid by 80. So going once to Claudia, and I'm setting 1 minute timer once again for Claudia to say going twice to her if you don't outbid her. So please outbid her or not. Do whatever you want, guys. But I remind you that all the money will be sent to our ongoing fundraiser, which QR code for which you can see above my head right now.
Okay. I lost the live stream.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
I cannot find it.
Okay.
It used to be in my recommendation, so when I open YouTube, so it's like, oh, live stream is on. It's like, so guess we're not live streaming anymore. Thank you so much for everyone that participated. Like for me, just finish it up. And if you see any questions, I will gladly answer them, I guess.
We'll see some. You can read my chat.
What is this? I just pray Trump stops listening to Marjorie Taylor Greene puke and manages to switch his stance. Do you really think that he listening to Marjorie Taylor Greene? I to be honest, I don't believe that this is the source. Though actually, like I'm not taking it back. I don't know what he listens to anymore.
Okay, going twice to Claudia for $80. Any outbids, guys? I'm setting the last timer, and after 1 minute I'll say sold if I don't see any words I bid and the sum of money bigger than $80 there in the chat. Amanda Cahoon says, can someone corroborate the fact that Chinese soldiers were captured in Ukraine and the actual count? Were they just volunteers because China economy is tanking? I think they were definitely volunteers because China is not ready to openly.
Look, there is a lot of Chinese in the world. Okay, let's be very clear. like there's a lot of Chinese.
Exactly.
So it's the same argument saying it's like, oh, but Russia captured some American soldiers. You know, it's like, does it mean that American soldiers are sending here like their armored divisions? No, it's not. So there hasn't been like. What we need to understand is like we need to be very at what situation we transition from an anecdotal case to a systematic description of a problem, like, and that's kind of the thing. So for example, with North Koreans, we kind of knew that it was a systematic issue, and then when they got captured, it was just a confirmation that yes, indeed, the systematic issue is here.
The time is up and sold to Claudia for $80. Thank you so much, Claudia, for winning.
Appreciate
this
it.
one, and everyone who
All for support for Ukraine.
participated. Thank you. Okay, I actually was planning to send the package to Claudia. I'll just add it to it. It is pretty handy.
Thank you so much, Claudia.
So, guys, it was an interesting stream. Georgie, I was happy to have you here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
And I already have $80 from Claudia. Awesome. Claudia says, let me update it in here. Thanks for the awesome patch.
Thanks for being supportive of Ukraine. That's the most important.
Claudia, you can actually also get 8 tickets for the flag with this donation.
So how do you get the rolling for the tickets?
I do the spreadsheet. I put the names there.
Okay.
And on the stream on Sunday when I'm at my PC, I show it on the screen so people could see that they're actually in the list. Everything.
So you go through your PayPal donations with the tickets. Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no automated way. It is still a matter to solve in the future to put it all in the sheets.
Yes.
It's not an easy technical task, to be honest.
Yes. Thank you so much for everyone that was watching this. I really loved the questions. It's nice to be here. If I offended anyone on the Rollers team, well, now you know who I am.
Why would you offend anyone?
Because I always offend like about a third of my community whenever I'm streaming, because I'm like a big mouth.
You're a big mouth, but you're a big honest mouth. You say whatever you think, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying it in a way that offends people, so.
Okay, this is just your way of expressing yourself and your thoughts, right? Take care, dear people. Random number generator.
Yes, dubbing. People are dubbing. Stop posting my name with Ukrainian hearts.
Will anonymous donors also get on the list? No, you need to specify in the comments that you want to take the tickets. Because, well, who asked that question? Kaimo. If you donate on my PayPal, tell me your first name and I will see if you was anonymous there. But I don't think anyone donated anonymously today. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Giancarlo. To victory and beyond. Great stream. That's you, man. That's him. Yeah, if you're talking about Georgie, that's him. So we started saying goodbyes, so probably we need to finish now.
Yep.
But I was thinking about the next 6 minutes. It's me just being disorganized today.
I'm gonna explode. Like in Denmark, we have a saying like you have a yellow water in your eyes. So if you know what I mean.
Once Rollers called it a golden stream. I forgot to take it off when I went to it during the stream, man.
Oh man,
I had that experience.
Yeah, but you streamed for like 17 hours or some shit.
No, it was here in the cafe too. So
anyway, guys, huge love to everyone.
Did you just show the middle finger?
No.
Sorry.
The heart.
I see it from. I didn't see.
Just the
I
heart.
see the finger, and I was like, "Oh shit! Was it the middle finger?"
Yes.
Yeah, guys.
Thanks to everyone.
That's it. Thank you, guys. Okay, we need to finish. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for donating. Thank you for commenting, buying memberships, and all that stuff, and becoming members yourselves. Live long, prosper, and donate. And Slava Ukraini.
Trust in Ukrainian armed forces.
Героям слава.